Hey, Brian Wilson, Texas Lawhawk. Say Funky Town Podcast.
Funky Town Podcast!
What?
Funky Town Podcast! Funky Town Podcast!
Funky Town Podcast?
Funky Town Podcast!
Closing out, capping off the jangle of keys, the sweet release of jutting bone. And here in my thoughts, the ticket price of an easy mind, a nail of light, pierce the heel of night, the ceremonial tropes, leaves an empty tomb the size of baby tooth, bleeding in strobes. A crying fire that swallowed it all before it finally chokes. Oh, there was nothing before, maybe there'll be nothing after. So you can laugh until you're sore, you're a destroyer. Yeah, if there was nothing before, maybe there'll be nothing after. Laugh until you're sore, you're a destroyer, natural disaster. Can you remember before you were ever born? Did you gather the dust that synchronized to form? The body you wear keeps growing hair where you didn't tell it to. Like a thurible swings past the crown, the pendulum bakes, yet the scent surrounds. With the mind of its own, no beliefs to prove, no sanctity to uphold, except the very kind which can't be denied and can't be bestowed. To live and die, struggle and tried, carving the road. Well, if there was nothing before, maybe there'll be nothing after. So you can laugh until you're sore, you're a destroyer. Oh, if there was nothing before, maybe there'll be nothing after. Laugh until you're sore, you destroy a natural disaster. The street light is on for the first 9 months. My glasses are reached like a rising sun, but it flickered out like faith and doubt, like words on my tongue. I'll just lay on the couch, stare at the ceiling, and talk to no one. Swallow these pills, get those prescriptions filled, and get back to work. Oh, if there was nothing before, maybe there'll be nothing after. So you can sleep until you're sore, you're a destroyer. Oh, if there was nothing before, maybe there'll be nothing after. Laugh until you're sore, you're a destroyer, natural disaster.
All right, that was War Party's Pure Destroyer. Welcome to Funky Town Podcast. If we have any new visitors today, I'd like to invite them to stay afterwards. We'll have an usher give you a welcome packet after the offering
A chick tract.
and a chick track. Yeah, today's guest is War Party. I reached out to Cameron first and was like, hey, you know, you guys just got off a big show at the Fortress Festival and stuff. Thought maybe you want to come on the show. And Cameron's like, dude, fuck War Party. I'm so done with them. I was like, all right, I'll check with Ricky. And Ricky's like, sure. Me and Peter will be here.
Happy to be here.
Yeah, it's cool. Yeah, so I wanted to have you on because first I had no idea. I watched the video, the No Exit video, which is great.
Oh, yeah.
You know, because at first I thought it was y'all were playing old clips from some of the old videos that y'all used because it's the same style.
Right.
You know, y'all did like a couple of interview pieces or whatever, and different things with like Sea Lion and stuff. So I thought at first I was like, oh, this is all new stuff. When I saw Brit and
Brit was the best part of that video, I think.
Easily.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was great. But yeah, I didn't know that y'all were coming to an end, and then I guess Fortress Festival was y'all's big. You think that's probably like the last show, or at least the last big show?
That was the last one that we had booked outside of the group therapy comp, which is something we've done since it started.
Mhm.
So we will be releasing one more track that will be exclusive to that. And at that point, we'll definitely play that release show. But that's all we have planned on the books from this point forward.
That's cool. So all of us who wasn't at Fortress Festival will be able to see you at the
Right,
at the group therapy
definitely.
show. And Susie, you were there, right?
I was at Fortress Festival, yes.
Did you see War Party?
I got there late.
Oh,
I think you guys played on Sunday, right?
Yes.
I was down in Hallettsville. My boyfriend's father was inducted into the Fiddle Hall of Fame.
Whoa.
So
That's
it
cool.
was, yeah, it was really an interesting thing because I'd never. I mean, Texas Fiddle is huge.
Sure.
Yeah.
And so it was amazing. There was a big fiddle contest and the companyist contest.
Did the devil come up from Georgia?
Yeah, totally. 100%. Yeah.
But he lost again. And had
Yeah,
Yeah.
man. How many gold fiddles does that guy have?
Yeah, I know, right? That's cool. So you enjoyed playing the festival?
It was fantastic.
Was it a big time?
Yeah, it was the coolest thing.
And fortunately for Cameron, Peter, and I, it was the second time we've gotten to do Fortress Fest in as many years, and the whole experience in general. It's if we could continue to only play festivals, this
Yeah.
band will never end.
Right.
I'll keep doing that till I'm dead because getting
I'll put together
pampered.
Susie Palooza.
Please do, yeah. But they pamper you, and lots of free alcohol and food. There was a massage tent.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah, all sorts of stuff. So it was the experience overall is really fun, but being able to be a part of something that's really that big in the heart of the city, it's a special moment for sure, especially to get to do it twice. I think we were all a little bit, we were really excited to play with Andy, but I think there was a little bit of us all that were like, man, I wish we could do this, for ourselves.
Yeah.
And we definitely got the opportunity. So
I'm trying to finagle a way to play it again next year.
we're working on it.
So
I was already going to be like, hey, Joe Gorgeous can play a show.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So who all was up on stage? It was you guys and Cameron, and then was Jesse playing?
No.
No, you had was it
Yeah.
Sam
Yeah, Sam has been
doing some of that?
I mean, honestly, we would love to call her a permanent member, but
think she
she's
is.
as busy as we are. But we were lucky enough to have Sam join us and fill in for that show. She'll be playing the group therapy comp with us as well. Pretty much anything that comes along, as long as she's available, she's there. So
Yeah, she was very open and willing,
definitely.
which was awesome.
She was also just unbelievably prepared.
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting. I mean, all the times that I've filled in for my friends' bands and stuff, I feel like a piece of shit. I've never taken that much time to prepare and really learn and know it. And she just came in and knocked it out of the park. Even the first practice felt great. We knew we'd be ready.
Then she played bass in Sea Lion.
Yeah.
And what did she do in Sun and Stand? Is it bass as well, or just keyboards?
She
Did
played
do
keyboard.
Right, okay.
I think she filled in on bass from time to time
Yeah.
as well, depending on Steve's availability. But yeah, she's a jack of all trades, or a more
Jill.
gender neutral
Yeah.
term.
A Jill of all
Jill of
trades,
all
yeah.
trades. A human
She's
of all
a
trades.
Yeah, person of all
Person
trades.
of all trades.
She's just a general, just great person.
Yeah.
Yeah, sweet as can be.
Yeah. No, we were definitely lucky to have her be a part of it. Not only with her bass skills, but just her beautiful voice too.
Now, and Chris was there.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Chris's less beautiful voice was there. But he killed it on the synths as normal. Chris adds this amount of energy to the band that I think that since he's been a part of it, we've always had. And if he's not flossing on stage, like
Yeah.
like one of these cool Fortnite kids, or even just being up there and just being silly looking in
I always
general.
think that flossing with your teeth, but it's the dance thing.
Yeah, it's
But I'm
the
always
dance,
like, why would he
yeah.
be flossing on stage? I was like, oh yeah.
I thought
Cri-
it meant just like shining.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but
No,
flossing is a dance.
It's that
yeah.
You've seen it.
where you move your arms one way and your hips the other way, or something.
Yeah.
Dental hygiene's important.
Alternate.
My niece and nephew
So you're
would be
flossing.
disappointed in me if I didn't know exactly what it was.
My daughter is embarrassed of me that because I do know.
Oh, yes.
She's just better. She'd like it better if I didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I always ask my kids if I use those terms right, and they just laugh at me. It's funny.
Am I saying this right?
Am I saying this right?
No, I told my daughter the other day, I was like, I saw the funniest meme, and she always starts laughing every time I say that, because I guess you're not supposed to talk about memes.
What?
You know, I mean,
Like
you
Fight
just
Club?
you just send them on the phone or online. You know, they're all.
You don't describe them to another
Yeah, you don't
person,
talk
just-
about them like.
you just send them.
Yeah, because I'm all like, I saw this meme where it's just like, you're so dumb. I'm like, why is this dumb? It's funny.
Yeah.
You know, but
Always
Supposed to
show
text
the
it to me.
people.
yeah,
in the
if
other
I
room.
just send it to
Yeah.
her, then
Yeah.
it would be like, oh, you know, then that's funny. That's cool. But
Or just show her your phone, which is what I do a lot.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
My wife can definitely attest the fact that I've tried to poorly describe so many memes to her. Never do them justice.
yeah, I guess you're not supposed to do that. That's
Yeah, I guess not.
That makes sense.
I try to turn them into jokes now. Like I saw one the other day, and I thought it was funny. So now I just tell people like it was a joke. you know?
Yeah.
Because there was a truck at a funeral with a boat, and then the back of the boat was a casket, and the guy's like, man, the guy must have been an avid fisherman. And he's like, oh, he is an avid fisherman. We're going fishing as soon as we bury his wife.
Oh, dang.
And that was the meme, but I was like, okay, I could just turn this into a joke.
Right.
So instead of saying, oh, I saw this meme, I just
Tell the joke.
Memes are just a joke format.
with a picture on it.
Exactly.
That's all it is.
It's like hieroglyphs.
We used to call them comics.
I mean, if you think about it, it's an easier joke.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And an animated meme is a GIF
Or a GIF.
GIF.
I don't know.
or
Yeah.
a GIF.
I mean, I don't know what's right.
I think the creator has gone on record and said it's pronounced GIF, and everyone said no.
No, it's not a
The
J, it's a
internet
G.
said no.
Yeah.
It's not
Okay,
peanut butter.
It's a
Right.
GIF.
Yeah. It stands for like graphic something. Right?
Something.
Yeah.
I don't know what it. I don't know.
I get the best ones though
graphic.
from Chase, the drummer for Me Motorcycle.
Oh, yeah.
He sends me, like, I got one today. It was all about when Lady Gaga takes you over.
You should be in a band with him. It is relentless.
It is fantastic. I just love it that he thinks of me and is like, I need to send this to Susie right now.
Yeah, I don't know where he finds them, but he gets the dankest, I think is.
Oh, yeah, the dankest of memes.
Yes.
He sent me one today that had like this kid, and he's like, "Is this your kids?" And it was like, you know, if you shoot that Nerf gun in the house one more time, I'm gonna take it away. And the kid just like shoots the Nerf gun, and I was like, no, it was more like this. I would say, you get a 5-second head start. Go.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And
I wish
5,
my
4,
mom-
boom, 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 boom.
Yeah.
Wish my mom was that polite. I never got any warning. She just pounced.
Yeah. It just turns on you.
Your mom's fierce, man.
She is very fierce. Oof.
So 8 years is a.
Yeah.
So what do you consider the first War Party album? Because I know that there were some demos and stuff out there. Like, what was the first album?
I would say You're the Dog.
Well, I mean, that was the demo.
That was the demo. That was
Yeah.
the first physical piece of
Yeah.
media
Okay.
that War Party put out. I wasn't on it.
You were on part of it, though.
Part of it.
Yeah.
But I also, whenever I joined the band, they gave me that demo, and I recorded trumpet parts over it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Poorly, and then sent it back, and they're like, "All right, good enough."
Yeah, it's rough to listen to.
Yeah,
sometimes.
yeah, it is.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, that was the first physical piece of media. I still have that, and then of course, I guess the first like real full War Party album would be Tomorrow's a Drag.
Yeah. And a lot of the stuff that was on the demo, we got actual decent recordings of for Tomorrow's a Drag.
Yeah.
Yeah, we redid them.
Yeah.
Redid them.
I think before Tomorrow's a Drag, though, didn't we do that Doom Ghost split?
We did have the Doom Ghost split. The volume 1.
Love at First Fight?
Yeah.
What it was called?
Yeah.
Was that Dallas Distortion music that put that out?
No, I think we just, when we
That was our
started
first
Low Life.
Yeah, see, I think that was on Low Life. Yeah.
I should probably know this stuff, but
No, that's about when I was, because we've been doing this, so it'll be 6 years in November. Mm-hmm. I'm really thirsty. I don't want to be all cotton.
You guys used to practice at Bishop Manor in Dallas, right?
no. Most of the practicing is there was what was that place called over off of Riverside that we split the space.
We're off of Riverside.
Yeah, Riverside and Sylvania, right off of 30. It's right next to the Salvation Army.
Oh, what is it? I forget the name of it.
Yeah, I can't remember the name of that building either.
I don't know why I want to call it EMP or something, but that doesn't sound right.
There was a place called EMP, but I don't think that was it.
It's the one that you would take Lancaster.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You would take Lancaster all the way down.
Oh,
and then
that's Avalon.
Okay.
That's where we're at, yeah.
Oh, okay.
I thought for some reason, I used to play in a Dallas band, and we rehearsed there, and I thought you and Sea Lions shared a room.
Sea Lion was there.
Well, yeah. I thought you guys were sharing a room for some reason. I don't know why I thought that.
we did practice there with them, like, time to time.
Maybe I was just there when that happened.
Maybe, yeah. Yeah, no, that's a distinct possibility. But, yeah, I think Bummer Vacation was practicing up there, too.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, post me, but...
Oh, at the space off of
Yeah,
Lancaster?
I don't know if they were... at Bishop.
Oh, Bishop, yeah.
I don't
totally.
know if they were sharing the room with Sea Lion or what the deal was.
I think they might have been.
I'm not sure. I'm just making this all up. that band's never practiced before.
No, but when I first started to get into all the different bands around here, because we moved over here, and Elias just turned 6, so it's probably been almost 7 years that we've been over here. So I mean, y'all been around for a year or so when we got over here, and I remember reading an article in the Weekly about you guys and Sea Lion playing at the Chat Room. And it was this big epic show, and then
I was there.
Were you?
Yeah.
But I hadn't seen you guys yet, and so I just had seen certain things here and there, and I saw some of the videos. So y'all became like this weird little band in my brain that I hadn't seen yet, and I had like all these ideas about. But then I got to see you guys, I think, at the warehouse, and it was like just as epic as I thought it would be. It was like this is great. Y'all didn't disappoint, but it was a little wilder and crazier back then.
Yeah, definitely.
I think we mellowed out a lot.
I think it was a couple of shows where joints were thrown out into the audience and stuff
I remember
like that.
that.
Like we used to be pretty wild. I think we all toned that down a little bit. Half of us are married and all.
I mean, a lot happens in 6, 7, 8 years.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I think also a lot of that had to do with the fact that we were refining our sound quite a bit more, and whenever it was just wild and crazy, it didn't matter what I was doing while I was playing,
Yeah, because you'd walk out into the audience with your horns. And
I used to do all sorts of stuff like that. But yeah, now that I'm spending more time making sure my parts are being played right and singing those backup harmonies and stuff, you got to stay around the mic. So it's definitely shaped a little bit more of our live performance. But I think we still compensate a little bit for it with people like like Chris going wild on stage and things like that. I've jumped into those drums one too many times, probably.
Yeah. I have plenty of bruises and scars to prove it.
So do those drums. Oof.
Yeah.
But I did love watching all the videos that y'all would do with Sea Lion back then. You had like a little friendly rivalry, whatever, but y'all would make like talking trash videos back and forth at each other and stuff. And I think I did like a little tour, the van would break down, and it was just
that
it was
video.
That one. Oh, I mean, that was a lot of the appeal to it for me too, is that I wasn't just joining a band; I was joining this little universe, of relationships and inside jokes and all that kind of stuff. I mean, Cameron put it pretty well. I think in that article for Dallas Observer might have been. But there's so much content and little Easter eggs and videos and things like that have already existed for this band that if you are interested in it, there's a rabbit hole to go down. So
absolutely,
we've left something that we can be proud of and that's entertaining and rewards the listener. And I think that's a lot of why we've reached a point where we're feeling, hey, maybe this project's complete and it's time to do that all over. Yeah,
I remember. I think somebody interviewed Perry Farrell about Pornos for Pyros versus Jane's Addiction, and he was like Jane's Addiction was done. He's like, a painter doesn't just paint a painting and then paint the same painting and then paint the same painting. He finishes that painting and then he goes on and does another painting. He's like, this is my next painting.
Right.
He's like, Jane's Addiction is done. We did that. We painted it. We're complete. And so, and not a lot of bands, there's not a beginning, middle, and end. At least not that they plan out. It just kind of end because they break up or because they get jobs and run out of money and have to work now and they can't do band stuff or whatever, But I think it's cool, whenever you're like, I mean, you look at where you started at, and then where you're at now. Even like the dreamy sounds and the low life has become, like dreamy life. I think it was really neat whenever y'all joined up.
Yeah.
Or like Cameron and with the Cloudland and all that stuff. Just the way everything has kind of evolved, and the little group that was like Bitch Bricks and those like Long Shots, it's like all these different Dreamy Life bands and Low Life bands or whatever that would play together. It just kind of grew and grew and grew and grew and grew to where you have like Acid Carousel, or like, I don't know, there's just like a million bands on the Dreamy Life label now, it seems like.
It's family,
There's a stack of tapes right
Yeah.
there that I think 3/4 of them are all Dreamy Life.
Yeah, I mean, Archie and the Bunkers and
Well, no,
Lance. That's not a Dreamy Life.
that's Dirty Water.
The only one I picked is the...
Yeah.
And I think that's something that we really were striving for whenever we were building this all together, was that we wanted it to be a label that was a family and something that we could have not only our own creative control over, but for lack of a better way of putting it, a network of support for everybody that we care about.
Totally.
And I think, even just seeing how we all live like a few blocks away
Yeah.
from each other for the most part, it's a community that's bigger than just the music. And you see that in the videos that are coming out. I mean, things like that. Like, we've got multiple media people.
Yeah.
People that are good at every type of media, and it's really starting to showcase what people can do, what they want to do, and if they're willing to put the time into it. I mean, I've wanted to record bands my whole life, and getting the opportunity of working with Cloudland, having an opportunity to be an engineer there, was something that was a part of this network.
Yeah, totally.
It's something that Cameron and Robbie, Jen, and Britt really wanted to make happen, and they were nice enough to let me be a part of it. And it's really cool what you can do within Dreamy Life if you want to do something.
Absolutely, man.
Yeah, we did a podcast there with you guys. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
That was fun.
That was fun.
Set up in a big room, and
I was still learning to EQ some things here and there, and I think the audio was kind of noisy.
Oh, was that?
If I remember
Yeah.
correctly, but this sounds fantastic in here.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, Joe's been doing it in here for a while now. You got it all pegged down perfect.
Yeah, it sounds great.
Got the setup and takedown
Yeah.
figured out pretty good.
Now, Peter, didn't you used to do film stuff? Like you do videos? Do you
Yeah.
still do that? Or not as much?
I've been kind of putting it on the back burner for a little while, just so I can focus on more actually like art and music.
Mm-hmm.
The demands of Dreamy Life in terms of putting together layouts and graphic design for tapes and vinyl and everything, I just kind of decided to jump in head first and spearhead it for them. So that's been fairly demanding. I haven't really had a lot of time outside of that
To make videos.
Yeah.
It's really impressive to watch, though. Like, even when Peter and I work together as well, and whenever we're at work, if we're slow, like, I can kind of glance over, and Peter's got his computer open working on something Dreamy Life related. And it's really cool to watch that stuff take shape, because for a lot of us on the label, it's just like, oh, here's this thing that appeared that looks beautiful and matches the aesthetic of everything else, and you don't necessarily know who put the time and effort into making that happen. Like, a lot of the things you see on the website, the uniformity and the way things are done, I know Peter to be a ridiculously meticulous person anyway.
Yeah.
So having someone like that definitely gives you that visual appeal.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I didn't know you did all that. That's nice.
Yeah.
Right on. Do y'all have a craziest show from the past 8 years? Like one that just stands out above all the other ones?
Yeah, I think so. I think we wrote a song about it.
Oh, yeah.
So we had a show at Double Wide. I don't know if you're familiar with Drunk.
Yeah,
That
DRU.
song, that song is about
One of
the
those.
Double Wide.
Oh, okay.
We had a show there that was a fantastic show. It was a good time. But Tyler had found out some family stuff that was pretty heavy, and he may have had a drink or two to deal with that, and I guess was in the restroom and ended up punching a soap dispenser angrily, and it blew up.
Yeah.
And the
Straight
door
exploded.
Yeah. And I guess one of the door guys or something came over and got in his face, and they were yelling back and forth at each other. And he basically said, "Hey, this is what's going on in my life. I apologize. I fucked up. Here's some money. I'll pay for it." And settled up with everybody, and everything was fine, or so we thought. I guess the owner, trying to think of the best way to word this. It may have snowed in the owner's office, and she came out pretty upset, wanting to find out who broke her soap dispenser and wanting to get her revenge, even though we paid for it. She wanted to damage something of ours to make it even.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, it was clearly she was on some sort of substance, and it wasn't in character for that person. But
she kicked over.
She kicked
bass
somebody
head.
else's amp off of a.
Tyler was borrowing.
Yeah, Tyler was borrowing a head from a friend of actually his friend Austin, who's in Ferals with him. He's the bass player for Ferals. He had been loaning Tyler an amp, and she kicked it off of the cab. And at that point, I guess Cameron leapt over towards that area to kind of stop the commotion, and the bar staff just pounced on us, and it ended up being a just 4 or 5 person fight.
And then Paul.
And then Paul came over and picked somebody up, and it ended up just being a brawl between all of us and the bar staff, and like punching each other and stuff out in the street.
Wow.
It was ridiculous.
And it all went down because I got to the show like right before we played. So I was just like, as soon as we were done playing, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go get a drink.
Peter had no idea what was going on.
I was at the bar the whole time. They were all getting punched in the face.
Yeah.
And I come out with like my first beer in my hand, and like
everyone's leaving.
Yeah. And Chris is running up to the gate, and he's like, we gotta go now. And I'm just like, what?
Yeah, it was a big disaster. But yeah, that was the motivation for us writing DRUNK, which, man, I'm sad that song didn't get a proper release.
I know.
It's just a B-side on a 7-inch. But say whenever we play that song,
So whenever y'all play it live, it's like always a crowd pleaser.
Yeah, it's a banger.
I don't know. I think it's just being able to spell out the word D-R,
right.
because you're all spelling out with the band and stuff, and it's just, I don't know, it's cool. Because I remember y'all doing that one at the warehouse, one of the nights that I saw this kind of crazy show, and I was just like, it was just perfect. I was like, man, this song is so good live. I liked it already, but it was a really good live song. You know?
It's probably better live, yeah.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
So how long was it before you played Double Wide again?
Oh man, it was a couple
of years.
It was like 2 or 3 years that they invited us back to play, and we pretty much were like, "Hey, all right, we'll do this. Are we sure everything's gonna be all right?"
We're not gonna get in a fight again.
Yeah, and I think the guy that booked was like, "I guarantee there won't be a problem. Let's make this happen." And we did play drunk at that show.
Yeah, that's
nice.
right.
I think we disguised the name of the bar and the lyrics to saying I'm sick of playing at the burger bin, which is a reference to Double Wide. I don't know why. You'd have to ask Cameron, but he's done with War Party, so
yeah, right. Did I play at the Double Wide Saturday, Joe? Friday? I mean,
Friday we did.
yeah, that's what I was thinking.
nice.
I went out there and saw.
great.
I think I saw you guys play there. And Postiville played. Did y'all play at Postiville?
Was that Big Heaven?
I seen Postiville play. Postiville.
Possible.
Possible.
No, but he also plays bass in the Delzells. So
And I saw them play too. Maybe
I think we did. I can't remember.
Oh, anyways.
I know we played a house show.
Yeah, I went there.
together.
I've been there once. You know.
You've only been there once to the
Yeah.
Double Wide?
Really?
Oh, that was probably American Werewolf Academy and the Delzells.
I was there for that show.
Nice.
I think you were there that night.
Yeah.
There you go.
That
Oh,
was
I mean, the night that I went, I think you were there.
Mm-hmm.
I just remember because when I don't go to Dallas a lot. When I went down there, I found it, but then it's like, where do you park?
Yeah.
And you just keep doing like this bigger circle and then a bigger circle, and it's just like, good God!
Oh,
And it's
I
just
found this bitchin' lot that's kind of a secret. That nobody's ever fucking parked there, and it's not really a lot. It's kind of like in between some shit, but like it's very okay to park there.
That's
and it's
great.
like a 2-minute walk back to Double Wide.
See the
sweet.
website for a map.
Yeah, just ask and I'll show you.
He'll drop a pin.
Nice. Nice.
That dropping a pin feature is awesome.
It really is.
Yeah.
Lifesaver.
Seriously.
I remember one of the first times I was at the warehouse and there was a big show and Cameron was kind of bouncing around and he sat down and I sat down. I hadn't really talked to him much, but I really liked that song "Wait."
Yeah.
You know, and so I asked him. I was like, "Hey," I was like, "What exactly is it? Like WEIGHT? I mean, it's got periods. Does it stand for something? He's like, nah, man. It's like, nah, I just put periods in there because it makes it look cooler. It means nothing. I was like, oh,
He
That's
loves.
so awesome. I mean, maybe maybe he's lying to me, or maybe that's his real answer. But I was like, I thought that was. I was like, okay.
He just loves play on words is his favorite thing.
Yeah. Because I was looking to try to figure out if maybe the first line is a W and the second line is an E or something. You know, and it kind of. But it's like there's no real that I could tell. And when I asked him, he was like,
You're giving us a lot of credit, man.
Well, Cameron seems like a smart guy, like who's really well read and does poetry, and I could see him doing palindromes and just weird.
Yeah,
things like
he's
that.
really secretive about it, though.
Yeah. So he probably wouldn't tell me if I was onto something. You know.
No, I'm lying. He loves hearing himself talk.
I understand that.
Well, and he's. I don't know as very very many people that are as articulate or as able to put their thoughts into words as Cameron is. It's the most frustrating thing to argue against. Because
sure.
he just always knows exactly how to say how he's feeling or what he thinks about something. So it's like, hold on, give me 2 minutes. I'm going to formulate an argument and I'll be back.
You just need to have those arguments on text.
Right.
So you can just think about it for a second.
Exactly.
And then be like, okay.
Exactly. No, but yeah, that's something about him that was instantly a draw for me for the band whenever I was hearing these songs, is just how clever the lyrics were structured and how obviously well read.
Yeah. No, and I think they've gotten better. You know, I think he's got better as a writer.
Absolutely.
I think you guys have definitely got better as musicians. Before we go to the next track, so when you started playing, Ricky, you were was it just trumpet, or did you come in playing guitar and trumpet? It was
both.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he was like, I can play guitar and trumpet. It's like, okay.
Right, and they couldn't stop me from singing.
Yeah.
You wouldn't have wanted to.
Right, I appreciate that, but yeah, I've always tried to assert myself a bit on that front. But I think that Cameron's lyrical content and that kind of stuff can almost only be delivered by someone that's clearly aware of what they're saying.
Mm-hmm.
I guess the best example. Have you guys seen Mallrats?
Yes.
Mallrats. Jason Lee can deliver every line of that movie so well that you believe that he's just this incredibly intelligent guy. Mm-hmm. The other actor, T.S., not so much. Everything that dude says sounds like he doesn't know any of the words that he's using. And I felt like that would come across pretty obviously if I was trying to sing Cameron's lyrics. So in the time that I've been in the band, really I've only had 1 or 2 songs that I've written the lyrics for. And it was actually generally sitting with Cameron writing those lyrics together. And that was a really cool experience, but honestly, the schedules and that kind of stuff, it's been really difficult to sit down and have that time to write together. But hoping to get to a point where Cameron has gotten where, music is his career now, and he can make time for it because that's all he has time for.
Yeah.
And once I'm not, supporting a household and things of that nature, maybe I'll be able to do that a bit more. But at least in the meantime, I think that's the cool thing about this new project, is we'll have the opportunity to write as a group a lot more, whereas War Party was primarily Cameron writing and bringing us something to work with all together.
Awesome.
So that's going to be an exciting thing.
Absolutely, man.
Well, cool. We'll listen to Heavy Cream, and then when we come back, we'll talk more about the different projects and
Cool.
all that kind of good stuff. Yeah. All right.
Sounds good.
Cool. Here's Heavy Cream.
Keep you from running.
heavy cream. The heaviest of cream. I like heavy cream in my coffee.
Do you?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I like flavored cream in my coffee. Hazelnut, to be specific.
Do you ever use like the whipped cream or not whipped
Whipping
cream?
cream.
Yeah, the whipping cream. The kind you use to
Yes.
make ice cream with.
Mhm.
Yeah, that kind's good in your coffee.
That kind is good in your coffee.
That's what I think of when I think of heavy cream. Is the whipping cream.
Yes.
Like the little can that has the Eagle brand.
That's
No,
condensed
that's
milk
condensed-
or sweetened
Oh.
condensed.
Sweetened condensed
That's
milk,
what I'm
yeah.
thinking of.
That's
heavy cream.
hardcore.
Put that in your coffee.
You know, you can just
That's-
boil
that's how
that
you
can
make-
and make caramel.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I've heard that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Without adding anything to it?
Mm-hmm.
Dulce de leche. That like.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you just boil the can of
The-
condensed sweetened creamed milk.
Goofy
I think
movie
that's
style.
Also, how you make a
Cigarette lighter. Poke holes in your teeth.
So what happens if I get a little bit of the condensed milk and put it on a spoon with a lighter underneath it?
then
Caramel.
Can I get caramel? Can I get like a spoonful of caramel?
Probably.
It's the creepiest way to make caramel.
That's all
but
I
it'll work.
Yeah.
You don't need the rubber band around your arm.
No, I won't do that. I just had the spoon with the bent, the
need
bent
like
spoon with
a
the.
Bunsen burner though, because it takes a minute.
That's true. It's true.
You just be like,
Yeah.
the
I
lighter
use
will be gone, then you'll be pissed.
He's
And
one
you'll
of
be like,
those-
damn it, Susie, you told me I can make caramel.
those windless flame lighters.
Yeah. You need
Yeah.
electric
Ones
proper
that-
spoon cooker.
Yeah, once you've adjusted.
Yeah.
Spoon cooker.
Maybe put it
Is
one
that
of
going to
those.
be bleeped out? Spoon cooker?
No, we're leaving it
Not-
in.
Can you use one of those
I'm the one that
glass?
would bleep it. I guess.
Get the glass pipe.
The glass pipe, put a little
Yeah.
bit of condensed milk in there. And
Caramel hits so good.
That's great. Yeah, I wanted to ask. So last night was a big night for the Methinks.
It was.
Mm-hmm.
They're from Haltom City, and they opened
Halton
up.
City's shittiest band.
Yeah.
Don't leave that part out.
Right, and then
Self-described.
the Haltom
Yes.
Theater opened up. Maybe what 6 months ago, 8
Yeah,
months
about
ago.
that. They've been
Probably.
bugging us.
And
Yeah.
So, but they finally they really wanted to play a show.
Take them up on that offer, dude. It's a killer theater.
Yeah, we will. It just hasn't. We were supposed to play that show, but
Oh,
we had
okay.
already booked the one last night,
Yeah.
way in advance. I think they asked us to do that one.
So, but yeah, no, I think it'd be. I didn't get to go. I had family stuff going on all day into the night. But I think it'd be cool to see the Methinks play. And they have a song called "God Bless Haltom City." So my first question is: did they close with that song? Was that the last song they played,
That was.
or are they just somewhere in the middle of the?
It was somewhere in the middle.
That's what they closed
It
with.
wasn't the last
I
one.
would have closed with that one. But they never do what you think that. Whatever I think I would do, they would never do that.
Yeah.
Which is probably why they're way better than.
And I couldn't tell you what song they closed with because I'm not that familiar with their catalog.
Jesus
I mean,
Christ, get out of my house. I'm sorry, you can stay.
okay, thanks. I just enjoy when I go see them play, and I can never understand a word Ray's saying ever. So they played that one where, like if you can tell us what's on the set list, we'll put you on the guest list.
Rock
I
Def.
know those lyrics.
Nice.
Rock Def.
Yeah, so they played that song.
Tinnitus unites us.
Yeah, and they did a new song, and it was really cool. It was seriously epic. It was so good. The Halton Theater is a really neat place.
That's what I've heard.
Yeah, it was really
So
cool.
who played first?
Henry
the
Archer.
Okay, they
Yeah.
opened up, and then it was Pinkish Black,
Then Pinkish
which I
Black.
didn't know was from Haltom City as well.
Yeah. I work with a girl who went to school with the guy with the long hair.
He's a Buffalo, huh?
I
or he was a
guess.
Buffalo.
Oh, no clue.
Did you go to high school around here?
No, I didn't.
I was in Arlington.
Oh, okay.
So
Well, you might have
around
played the Halton
here-ish.
Buffaloes.
Ish.
I grew up in California, so
Oh, okay.
I mean, I got here as quick as I could, but it was only like 13
Seeing this
years
Ohio
ago.
boy over here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ohio born and raised.
When did you move here?
2007.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we were like right behind you, just by a year or so. But it was awesome, and it was so cool when they started playing "God Bless Halton City." Like the whole place just went
Erupted.
nuts.
Awesome.
Yeah, and it was really funny when between Henry the Archer and Pinkish Black, the whole place cleared out. Everybody went outside to smoke or talk or go get tacos or whatever it was, and then they heard them kind of start, and it was like either a zombie horde or like people who are in a cult. Everybody just started flowing in the room and just going to the front. It was
Cool.
crazy.
So was there seats? Do you seat or do you
Yeah,
stand
no,
in
there
the?
was seats. Some people were sitting kind of sporadically throughout the theater.
But most people were like in the
most people
orchestra
were up
pit?
front,
Yeah.
watching Trash Pocket's mom was there.
Aw.
She's so cute.
Is she cute?
Oh my gosh, she's adorable. I met her at Lola's and then met her again last night. She's wearing like Betsy Johnson earrings and she's just like sparkly tennis shoes. She's the cutest little old lady and she's just right up front like, yeah!
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And Trash Pockets is up there. In
Was
his
he wearing the codpiece?
Yes,
Awesome.
and I was
Yeah.
like, oh my gosh, I don't know if I do that in front of my mom, but I might. You know, you don't know.
That's what he does. It's like, this is what I do, Mom. You want to come see me do what I do?
She put sequins on it. It's fine.
Yeah, she might, yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, they got new capes for the show
Oh, yeah.
that
Oh,
were black
shit.
and gold, the
Oh.
Hotham City colors.
Nice.
Yeah, they're satin and
They went all
shiny. Yeah, I wish they would have told me though, and I could have brought my steamer and like steamed all the wrinkles out. But I refrained from even saying that to them so they can hear it on the podcast. Next time, let me know.
I got to wear a Methink cape once.
So did Katie.
Pretty great.
Katie was an honorary Methink at a Fort Worth Weekly Music Awards. The awards themselves. She
Oh,
was
yeah.
an honorary Methink.
So was Joe.
So was I.
Oh, cool.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Very cool. Katie's my daughter, the youngest one.
No.
She's pretty awesome.
An honorary me think.
Yeah.
Yep. She's cute but psycho, just like the song says.
That was cool. No, I was excited for them. I hated that I couldn't go to that show. I got to see them last week at the Tin Panther.
Mm-hmm.
In the spectacle of the Tin Panther. And those guys, just like, it's just a 4-piece. They're a metal band. Their player, their James, the singer's big, just this big guy, friendly guy. It's like the friendliest guy ever.
Sweetest,
He's just
too.
this big,
He's
just mammoth
British.
of a man, and they can't all fit on that.
Yeah.
That little stage. So he ended up being out down front. But yeah, he would grab the monitor, and then he would do like the vocal monitor, and he would hold it up over his head while he's singing and stuff. And I was just like, God, just pure strength. This dude's just holding this fucking monitor with one hand and just going, I'm just like, God, this is cool, you know. But he had to come off the stage. It was just, you know, that was a neat show last week, you know. But I really wanted to see him play at the theater. It's cool.
Yeah.
That place is fun to play at.
The Tin
Tin
Panther.
Panther?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We had a similar experience with the Andy band. The Andy
Oh,
band.
yeah.
Was,
Did you
that
play at
was
the?
for
Yeah,
the-
I played him at the birthday party.
That's right. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's
there
where
was.
we met.
That's
It was-
right. That's
yeah.
where we met. Okay. I thought I'd met you.
yeah, that
before.
makes sense.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
Yeah,
was
no,
so much fun.
We couldn't fit on that stage.
Mm.
There's
Yeah.
9 of us. So.
And the cool thing was, like, Andy sat off the stage, but then he sat with his back towards the audience and just
Yeah.
looked at you guys, so he can kind of, one, I think, feel a little more,
Yeah.
Comfortable.
you know, and then
I had to
also
talk
to
him
kind
into
of
staying that night.
direct you guys as well.
Yeah, totally.
You know.
He was like, he looked at me and he's like, wild-eyed. I gotta go. And I was like, nope, I need for you to stay.
And I was like, he was playing Fortress Festival later. Like, this is nothing compared to what you're going to be playing in front of, you know?
Yeah.
So,
That was a happy, fun time.
yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, because there's like 9 people in the band.
Yeah.
Yeah, at that point.
Yeah.
So everybody was on stage except for him.
Yeah.
No, not everybody was on stage because lots of the
Oh,
horns
to the
were
horn-
up
Oh, yeah, the
front.
horn section was
Yeah,
next to him,
that's
yeah.
right. That's right.
yeah, because there were just so many people.
Yeah.
That's
I
funny.
think it was me, Cameron, and Brock on stage.
Yeah, I think that was
I
it.
think you're right.
Yeah, probably. So when I think of War Party, I think of happy, fun time music and just kind of a rotating roster of people. So who has been there, or who was there pretty much the whole time, and then
The
what
band
was
started.
what was the changing cast?
I got you. The band started off with Cameron and Peter doing
Yeah.
like open mic night stuff. I'm just gonna speak for Peter because
Oh, it's okay. Go for it.
Because he wasn't there.
Yeah, that makes sense.
if you talk about before me here, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, really, it just started with Cameron and I. We bonded over a love of old doo-wop music, and so decided to kind of take our own hand at that, and just sort of see what we could like muster as a throwback almost. But yeah, Cameron and I were both like really wanting to do music again, and so yeah, we would just go to open mics, and like before it was War Party, it was called Cameron, Pete, and the Tambourines.
I thought you were gonna say like Parwardy.
Were there any tambourines?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's
In the
making sure.
beginning there was.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
I had a tambourine on like the front of my kick drum. And so like every time I hit the kick drum, the tambourine.
Oh, you know,
would-
actually, I do remember that.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
So it's not just a clever name.
exactly. Exactly.
Well, and then I guess at that point, Tyler joined the band, and Tyler and Cameron had already known each other for years from the hardcore scene. That's actually how I knew Cameron and Tyler as well.
Okay.
They had a band called Decades that was playing quite a bit in the area and touring nationally and stuff, and I was in Big Fiction, and we played shows together pretty regularly at like 1919 Hemp Hill, rest in peace, because boy is that place gone.
Yeah.
And not coming back as anything good. But at any rate, after that, with Tyler having already had experience with Cameron and everything, that was a pretty easy fit. I think both Cameron and Tyler were just kind of tired of playing heavy, angry stuff all the time.
Oh yeah.
And it was a big change of pace for them.
Picture it at all.
Right.
Playing heavy, angry stuff.
Oh, and Cameron was a freestanding vocalist, so he would just run around like crazy and
Just
swing off the
screaming.
rafters. And
Dang.
actually, the first time I met Cameron, Big Fiction used to cover some Fugazi songs, and we were playing Blueprint, and Cameron was wearing his blue beanie, and I just saw this blue beanie come to the top of the steps at 1919, and he ran across the room, leapt over people, and tackled our singer. And they were just rolling on the floor singing the song together. And I was like, this dude is crazy.
Yeah.
What is going on? And then I ended up seeing him and Tyler play as Decades. And I think we ran into each other at like a Cursive concert or something later, and we just kind of had that relationship. So since I was already familiar with them and interested in playing some other stuff, whenever the opportunity came up to have another member added for trumpet and stuff, like I guess they posted on Facebook.
Yeah, that's where I saw that.
Yeah.
That's how Ricky joined the band. Does anybody play a trumpet?
Well, and Peter and I worked together at Apple at the time, and
Yeah.
Peter was just like, "Hey, you should come jam with us." And I was like, "Yeah, I don't have a whole lot of time." He's like, "Yeah, we can work around your schedule." I was like, "All right, cool. I don't have a trumpet." He's like, "Well, I can get you a trumpet." I was like, okay, well,
Yeah, it's hard to
guess,
say no.
Guess
Yeah.
I have to practice with you guys.
I did happen to have a
Yeah.
trumpet. Yeah.
And I think
Now-
shortly thereafter, that trumpet just became mine.
Yeah.
And I sold you my drums or something around that time
You
as
did,
well. And
yeah.
then it just kind of, we were attached to the hip at that point, I guess.
Do you remember when we made you try out though?
Yeah. This is weird.
Well, we were like trying out a bunch of people
Yeah.
that day, and it was super awkward, and nobody fit right.
Was it at the...
It was at the Cellar.
Yeah, it was a cellar. Yeah, that's right.
Rest in peace.
Yeah. We actually used to have a couple practices. That was probably our first practice space.
Oh, right
was
on.
the cellar. We would just do practices there on the stage in front of people, and
Yeah.
it was awkward as hell. But
Because Clay would just let us like come in early.
yeah, and just do
Yeah.
whatever. But yeah, and then I guess we had Year of the Dog came out with the four of us,
Yeah,
and at that point we decided to add Chris.
that's a fun story too, though, because he joined the band because of 35 Denton.
Yeah, that's right. We
Yeah.
wanted to have another horn player for 35 Denton because it was like our first big show.
Yeah.
Our first big festival, at
Yeah,
least. Yeah.
I think Matt got us on that.
Yeah, Matt Vickers.
Which
Yeah, Matt
which year
Vickers.
was it? Oh, I guess if Matt was still kicking.
Yeah, 2000.
12?
That's what I want to say. I want to say 2012, 2011 or 2012.
I played it too. I can't
Maybe
remember if it was
2013.
the same year or not.
It was the year that Rocky Erickson was on it, I believe.
I don't remember. I don't know.
And Sleep.
13th floor elevators.
That might have been that one. 'Cause
Oh wait,
I think
no,
we played.
that wasn't Sleep. That was a different year.
We ended
Yeah,
up.
it was yeah.
We played with Pond, the Tame Impala's like road band, basically.
Oh, okay, okay.
But I cannot for the life of me remember who else was on that.
Yeah, I don't remember what year that was. But yeah, we had Chris come out for us so we could be a little bit more of a spectacle for 35. We played at Mellow Mushroom.
Oh, nice.
But inside of a Mellow Mushroom and
Like Hickory, I guess.
Yeah.
Denton, yeah.
yeah, and that was a lot of fun.
He plays
to do
the
that.
trombone.
Yeah. At the time, he was just playing trombone, and
He was still in Doomghost at the time.
yeah, he was just kind of coming over to help us out.
What did he do in Doom Ghost?
Bass.
He played bass.
Okay.
Yeah. He played bass for the beginning of the band, and I think they had a lineup switch later.
Brian Bailey played bass originally.
Okay,
And
that's
then-
what it was. And then he moved to drums, didn't he?
I think he moved to drums
Yeah.
for a little bit, and then Beetle, yeah, he just took off. So that's when it turned into Vern, Chris, and Jeremy.
Oh, yeah.
And then Jeremy broke his collarbone
That's right.
and never came back to the band.
But back to War Party.
Yes, right. But yeah, I guess at that point we added Chris, and he just got really into keyboards, and we're like, well, we could use some synth.
So he wasn't doing keyboards before that?
No,
Just
not
kinda,
really.
Okay.
And Chris has a similar background that I do, like marching band and all that kind of stuff. So we were pretty well connected, like playing horns together. But I think there was a fear of borderlining on ska and deciding maybe we need a little bit less horn and some synth. And he was more than excited to jump into owning way too many synths.
And we were adding a bunch of organ parts too.
That's
to
right.
Songs at that point. So.
Yeah, we were in the studio. I was writing organ parts and piano parts, and then Chris came in and basically learned all that stuff, and then started taking over, and it was better.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
But yeah, that was pretty much the lineup at that point for the first 3/4, maybe more of the band existing, and then Tyler decided to join the military. He had some stuff going on in his life as well that put him in a position where he wanted to be able to provide for his family, his mom, and his at the time girlfriend that he was planning on being more. So he wanted to get all of his stuff together, and just tired of being a bartender and playing music for no money.
Yeah.
Understandably so. But yeah, he joined the military, and once he started doing that, it was about a year of him going through that, and that being the priority for him. So we kind of understood that. You know, he was not wanting to practice late because he was having to wake up at 5 a.m. to go run. It was like, man, I could never do that. So
I know,
if you need to
right?
leave early, I guess I get that. But yeah, once we got through that year of him transitioning, he pretty much just kind of said, you know, hey, I need to take my step back now. And it was good for all of us, because whenever you've got someone that's got other priorities than the rest of the band, it can create tension.
Yeah,
and
sure.
He was way too good of a friend to us to let that be a problem.
Yeah, he was very straightforward about it.
Yeah, and I mean, that's Tyler's way anyway. He's not a person to sugarcoat anything. Quite the opposite. But yeah, I'm proud of him for doing the things that he needed to do to make himself happy. And that was it a year ago now?
Almost 2, I think.
Almost 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And that left us with the decision of, you know, do we keep doing this, or do one of us transition over to bass? There was quite a bit of talk of Peter playing bass and us possibly finding another drummer.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that was why we started looking towards Jesse. Jesse already being a drummer and a bass player, you know, it'd be an opportunity for us to do whatever we wanted. But I think inevitably it boiled down to, damn it, we don't want to teach 2 people parts.
Right, yeah.
So we just replaced the person that was missing.
Yeah.
I like Jesse in the band. Because he has his own personality. He has a strong personality, and you know, so he kind of almost like brought his own kind of
Absolutely.
thing to the, you know.
It was definitely an injection of energy that we didn't have
Yeah,
before.
he
and
rejuvenated a lot.
Yeah.
I would say that a lot of our energy was really the opposite. We had lost a lot of our energy just based off the strain of our relationship with Tyler and trying to decide what we wanted to do, whether we wanted to continue in that direction or what. And that's, I mean, you can also really see the difference in songwriting there, I think.
Mm-hmm.
That's where Cameron started spending more time just writing music and not necessarily having to work every day and do that too. And we all started just kind of stepping out of what we were comfortable with all the time and trying to challenge ourselves. And that was a huge part of just us in general, but having Jesse there on top of it was hey, here's someone to work with that we're not necessarily familiar with working with, so that's going to affect things too. But yeah, I guess that for the most part, that year and a half or so that we've had that we had with Jesse was definitely a solid change for us and got us in the direction to be where we're at now. Yeah. But I think also the turbulence of having another bass player and him leaving abruptly as well kind of was really the main motivating factor for us deciding this project has probably reached its end.
Yeah.
Jesse stepped back from music in general, just for some personal issues. So he's having stepped out of War Party, also left Sir Duda. So that's I've been filling in on drums for Sir Duda.
Okay, I didn't know that.
So yeah, that's how that project's been continuing. Which when do we play Friday on the Green? June.
I think it's in June.
June 14th, I want to say.
Is it? It's always the
June-
first Friday of the month. isn't
June
it?
1st
second
is
Friday of the month, I
June
think.
1st is a Saturday.
Okay, so
So
then it'd be the
June
next
8th.
Friday.
okay,
So June.
Okay, but it's the one in June.
So June 14th. You're right. June 14th is
June
right.
14th.
Yeah.
Okay, I think that's the date.
That
It's-
would be the second Friday.
It's either us or Joe Gorgeous. I can't remember. We're both playing it, and I'm terrible at keeping a schedule. So I just show up to shows and bring all my equipment and
That's
hope I have the
awesome.
now
Yeah,
it's
this
gonna-
week is Henry the Archer, Tina maybe.
Yeah, that sounds about
It's
right.
definitely Henry the Archer is this week.
Yeah.
I think we're on the same one as Mean Motor Scooter.
In September.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Joe
that's
Gorgeous is?
no
Or
Serduda.
Oh, okay.
Serduda's
That's right, yeah.
Yeah, we're playing with Mean Motor Scooter
Okay,
in
cool.
September.
Yeah, September
So
13th.
Joe Gorgeous is
The one is the one in June.
14th. Yeah, and we're playing with Cutthroat Finches.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so that one should be a good one.
That should be a
Oh,
real
pretty
good one.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then that's it for the summer.
Mhm.
Summer hiatus for Friday on the Green.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So what all are you guys doing next? Now that War Party's over.
Yeah, so it's like War Party, because in the article it says something about like some of the members of War Party and some members of Sea Lion are going to do like a new project together.
Yeah, we've been talking about that. I mean, aside from us also having our other projects that we work with, like us doing Serduda, I also do Joe Gorgeous. Chris is doing Starbase for a while longer. I'm not sure what their plans are. I know they're doing some solo stuff as well. And Peter, you've been playing with Skylar.
Yeah.
From Bitch Brick Scholar?
Mhm.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, she's been wanting to get back into playing full band again, and she was going to have Robbie play drums originally, but Robbie had too much on his plate. So
Yeah, I think we've talked a bit about Cameron and I have talked a bit about going in and helping produce
yeah,
on a lot of that.
absolutely.
So that should be a cool project coming out soon as
Yeah,
well.
And she's
Skylar's-
awesome.
Yeah,
She's so good.
and she's written a lot of really, really, really good songs lately.
And it's not Bitch Bricky stuff, right?
It not nearly as much.
Okay.
Yeah, it still has her signature like energy and
Yeah.
vibe to it, but yeah, no, it's a little bit more like singer songwriter.
Okay, cool.
Which is neat. Yeah, we're
Sorry.
getting to do something a little bit different.
And yeah, I guess the project that we're really excited about though would definitely be this future endeavor with Sea Lion. It's at this point. I'm not even 100% sure if this is
yeah.
if
don't take our
everyone's
word for
on
it.
board and stuff. But most of Sea Lion, with the exception of Gus, and War Party, with the exception of Jesse, pretty much are. It would be all of us, kind of in the vein of the indie band, where it can be scaled to whatever needs to be there for certain live performances. But we've had a couple of times. We've sat down a couple of times with each other and talked and worked through some stuff, and should be pretty interesting.
Yeah,
A lot of really good songwriters in a room together.
Yeah, no kidding.
and it's going to be a lot different too. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's going to be a lot more electronic, more synth heavy, very, very, very precise and very, very visually based too.
Right.
That's what Cameron and Hunter have been talking about.
It's definitely going to be beyond anything we've done previously,
Yeah.
separate or in any other project really.
It'll be pretty epic, I think.
I'm thinking so,
Yeah.
for
Wow,
sure.
that's exciting. It's real cool. So, in Joe Gorgeous, were you playing the guitar
Yeah.
originally? That's where it wasn't until, and you're kind of filling in for bass right now.
Right. Yeah, I joined the band on guitar, and we played for about a year or so with me on guitar. And Baggins has recently been indisposed for a certain amount of time, so I've been filling in for him on that front. So right now we're doing a 3-piece, but we've got some big things coming up. I know the band has got a 7-inch that's going to be dropping on a French label here pretty soon.
Oh, cool.
I can't pronounce it right now, so that's why I said a French label. Been getting quite a bit of playing, or quite a bit of our singles getting played in like Belgium and some other places too, which is pretty interesting.
Yeah,
It's
nice.
been some pretty funny emails. But short of that, we also have Pass the Peas coming up, and then that Friday on the Green that we talked about. So there's some cool things on the horizon for that band. Really, we're just trying to keep everything nice and warm for Baggins to get back and
Yeah.
hit it running. So
Yeah.
No, those, it's like all those, that was all the first people that I got into, whether it was the Long Shots or whether it was Toy Gun,
oh yeah,
or like you guys or Doom Ghost, or, that was like the whole Dreamy Sounds, Low Life type family. The Bitch Bricks was part of that, I saw Big Fiction play. I think once. I know I've got y'all's record at least.
We played the first group therapy comp.
Yeah, then I saw that one.
Yeah, that may have been it. I think after that set, I ran and jumped into the kiddie pool.
Was that one at the
Yeah, that would have been
Was
it.
that at the warehouse?
Yeah,
Yeah, that was at the warehouse, yeah.
And I think it was the next year whenever the Robotuners climbed up on the second balcony and jumped off into the swimming pool. And it was like, dude, because they can see something bad happen to Todd. I love that
Todd's
dude.
the nicest
He is the nicest guy.
Like, it would be him that would get hurt badly.
Because I can't remember if he tried to skateboard off of it or if he just jumped. I think originally he was on a skate off of it.
I think he reconsidered the skateboard and just jumped off.
Yeah, but into a kiddie pool from like the little
second story.
Yeah, the balcony they had, or not balcony, but the little attic they had up there.
Yeah.
Kind of thing.
It was wild.
That was a wild show.
That was a fun
It
place though.
sounds wild.
I
I never
think it
was
was
able
the
to
first
go
one
there.
where I met
Oh,
Robbie.
really?
Yeah, I just kind of wasn't in the scene yet.
Yeah, man.
My first kind of real exposure to it was the Fort Worth Weekly Music Awards showcase. I don't know, like 6 or 7 or 8 years ago or something, where it was kind of all off of West 7th and.
Oh, yeah, I remember that one.
That wasn't long ago. It was like 3 or 4 years ago. Yeah.
No, it was a little while ago. I saw Year of the Bear at the Grotto.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I was like, oh, I really could dig this,
Yeah,
you know? And
yeah.
I saw Telegraph Canyon somewhere.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, this is pretty awesome. And then that relationship ended up not working out, and I didn't do anything with it. And then I saw the Hanna-Barbarians
Oh, yeah.
at
Yeah.
that, too. And then they were doing that show with Southern Train Gypsy. And I was like, I've never done anything by myself before. I'm going to go try this. And I went.
I think the Methinks were there too.
I bought myself a beer.
I think they played
I won a painting of a robot holding a corn dog.
Yeah.
It was so awesome. I left. I called my mom. I was like all proud of myself. I did it. I went and did something all by myself. Didn't have a panic attack. It was pretty awesome. Now the scene can't get rid of me.
I know, right?
Nope. Once it gets
Burrowed
hold
in
of
like
you,
a tick.
Yep. So there.
I'm stuck.
No, it's good time. It's just it shows because it doesn't feel like that we've been around that long. It's been 5+ years, so I feel like that we're a kind of a fixture now. But it's been long enough to go, oh man, I missed the Cellar, I missed the Warehouse, I missed the Grotto,
right.
you know, and you miss certain bands, and now it's gonna be like, I
Definitely
miss
miss
War
Grotto.
Party here. You know, it's it's like long over. We're sitting there going, man, you remember War Party? Ah, they were so great. I haven't seen them. God, it was like 3-4 years. You know, it's just. But that's how it goes. I mean, things grow and they die, and then they grow and they die, and it's just all cycles and stuff. And all you guys are gonna be around, so it's just.
Yeah, that's the thing about it that is at least kept me from feeling melancholy at all about it is the fact that we're all going to continue to work with each other. It's
You're all
obviously
friends and stuff. It's not
right.
like fuck you, man. Fuck you.
Exactly.
Yeah,
it's not a. I mean, I've had bands end that were not as pleasant, and had to take some time before I'd be willing to talk to the people that were in it. But
Yeah.
I don't have that feeling at all with any of the guys from. I mean, even former like with Tyler. Yeah, I see him on a regular basis
Yeah.
still, and
I just saw him earlier today.
yeah, I mean he's still just the same dude. He's really into guns now, but same dude.
Yeah, sure.
Oh man,
It's-
that would freak me out.
Well, he's in the
It's a
military.
little bit out of my
Still
comfort
freaks
zone,
me
but
out.
he's still the same dude. So
That was weird to me because we did the podcast at Cloudland, and I think it's when he was talking about going into the service, and I was just like, oh, it was so weird to me that somebody in War Party was actually joining the Army.
Oh, yeah, no
It
joke,
just
dude.
didn't seem like I would guess that anybody in War Party would join the Army. I just, and I didn't really know anybody in there that well, but it's just,
hey man, at least he didn't become a cop.
yeah.
That I don't know if I could handle that one.
Yeah, true.
No, I mean, I joined the Navy. I was in a place where it's like I just didn't have a whole lot going for me. It's like, I'll try this. Maybe it'll give me some different kind of opportunity. I'm kind of tired of being here.
Yeah.
It got me somewhere different for a while. But yeah, it's just I was like, War Party.
Yeah, the military was never anything I ever thought would be
I wish
a
there was-
fit for me. I have way too much of a problem with authority for that to work. So
My son talked about it for a minute, and I
Yeah.
was like, "There's no way you're going to be able to handle people telling you what to do all day, every day."
you won't fold your pants. Like how are you gonna make a
right.
bed? A quarter has to bounce off of it. What do you do?
Right.
No, I wish there was still a draft so we could maybe have like a War Party Army video. Like,
Oh, yeah.
I mean, not like you really went into the Army, but like, you're in the Army, you got the long hair, and you know how to do all this stuff, and it's one of your songs playing, they're going to be good.
Why didn't we ever do any sort of Army parody
I don't know.
in any of our videos?
I don't know. I don't think Tyler would have allowed it.
Yeah.
He wouldn't let me say bad things on Facebook for a while.
Yeah.
What was
I don't know if they're gonna read it, man. Just don't do it.
Yeah, it's better be safe than sorry.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, if this could possibly get you in trouble, I guess I can shut up.
But I always thought it was interesting that like Elvis was on top of his game, and he got drafted by the army.
Yeah.
And he had to go into the army, and he was Elvis Presley in the army. You know?
The president of the United States in Independence Day.
Yeah.
Just went back and joined the army.
What are you talking about?
I know.
It took me a minute. I got it.
And then he delivered that epic speech.
Oh yeah, so, and then he flew a plane. Right. What?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go watch Independence Day when I get home.
Funny.
Right.
So y'all are already working on, or has a lot of it been done? The songs for the next group therapy.
Yeah, the single that we're putting out for the next group everything is pretty much done on group therapy. We're just getting everything. I think it's even all mixed and mastered. I guess we're just waiting on things to be
The right time to do it.
right.
Yeah.
and packaging and all that kind of crap. You know.
I think it's gonna be but the release show I think is gonna be in August.
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah.
August is when you should expect it to come out, and maybe the next one will have a War Party track on it. Who knows?
Yeah.
I mean, we've been on all the other ones, so.
Oh yeah. Yeah, 'cause you had Okay I Lied, and that's where is that where Wait was from, or
Wait was
Yeah, Wait did come out on the second group
one, I
therapy.
think,
yeah.
Yeah, because that's the one that we did at the warehouse as well.
We got recorded it all like in one day.
Yeah,
or 2
we did
days.
it all in one day in
Yeah.
that big room at the warehouse. And I'll never forget that session because Jordan Richardson came in and he recorded the guitar before he did anything else on his demo. Or on his track.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
He did drums last and everyone was like, this is not going to work. And he killed it. Like, I think it was like one take. He's like nailed it. Like that's just how he wanted to do it, and it sounded great. Like,
That's how he does all Son of Stan.
yeah,
For the most part.
yeah. I mean, it makes sense to me. It's a guitar scratch track in a sense, but it's just.
Right, I mean, he doesn't use that guitar part.
I
That's
think
just
he
the.
did.
I think he did.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that was the thing. Is like it wasn't even a scratch track.
Okay.
Like
It
he
was
just
like the
did it
actual-
right.
Yeah.
And it was actually in time and everything.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, he's a drummer, so
Yeah.
he's-
God, man, his
he
resume
plays
is
to
ridiculous.
himself,
Yeah.
basically.
Right.
That's amazing.
Yeah. Man, those group therapies. That's definitely where we feel the most love for Dreamy Life. Everybody being in the same room together, even in those first sessions, but even just getting it to go up to the studio anytime during the weekend that it's being recorded. You know, it's a lot of fun.
That and the weekly award mix every year. Those are my two favorite things that come
Yeah.
out because it's just all the. And it's usually stuff you haven't heard yet.
Yeah.
You know, and sometimes there's bands that you haven't heard yet because that one it might have been last year's. It was like 30 songs or something.
The last group therapy?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was long.
Yeah, it was super
was-
long. Yeah, but man, I put that in on like a playlist with a couple other albums and songs. I was like, what is that again? Oh, this is cool.
Yeah.
You know, there's some really good stuff on there.
Oh yeah, one of my favorites is one of Brit's that he recorded with his kids.
Oh yeah,
It's like, God, man, this is incredible. Like,
he had a good song on the first one, didn't he?
yeah, love was it Lovely Piece of Meat or something like
Something
that?
he had some
That
weird.
was on the last one, I think.
Oh, it was okay, yeah.
But I think he did one on the very first one too.
Yeah, and it's like the recording quality on it like sounds like
But I like that because it was
it
real
was really
lo-fi.
cool. Yeah, it was so cool. Like
Yeah.
it had a really cool like just vibe overall to it.
I think U-Boat was on that. Was
yeah.
he on that first
Yeah,
one?
U-Boat was on that first one.
I think he's on try to make a comeback.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I was talking to him the other day because he's kind
cool.
of getting his name out there again. I think he's kind of getting.
Okay.
'Cause a lot of people that haven't been playing lately are kind of getting the itch again. I'm starting to see people that I haven't seen in a long time, like Alexandria Ray's,
Yeah.
all over Instagram now playing her stuff, and it's like I haven't seen her in a while, or U-Boat's starting to do things. Or,
I mean, maybe I'm over analyzing things, but I feel like the election affected a lot of people in ways that not only creatively gave us a lot of fuel to put things out. I mean, if you listen to the new War Party tracks, in and out of that, it's a pretty harsh criticism of what's going on in the world right now. But I think it also took a lot of people a couple of years of really dealing with the anxiety of the things going on around them, with us having a different terrible headline every week with this presidency on top of all the other shitty things happening in the world. A lot of people had to step back from that and re-energize themselves and get back to a healthy place where they could go out and perform and be able to do it with their health in mind.
Yeah,
That's interesting. No, I've heard Chelsea Handler just came out with the book, and she was on Bill Maher a couple weeks ago, and she was talking about. She goes, after Trump was elected, she's like, I was just so. She's like, it shook me. I mean, she quit her show and she wants to be an activist and all this kind of stuff, but she had to go to. She was so angry that she went to a therapist, and she goes, after spending like 2 or 3 weeks about bitches about Trump, finally something broke through, and I realized that when she was young, her brother died, and it's like all this different stuff from whenever she was a kid. Her whole world was rocked whenever her brother died as a young girl and all this kind of stuff. And then she kind of got over it and moved on or whatever, and she's like, I'm a privileged white woman, I'm not complaining about anything. But then Trump gets elected, and that hit her the same way it did when she was a little girl and she lost her brother, where she just could not cope anymore. Right. Her whole world just crashed around her, and she realized that that's what she was dealing with. It wasn't it's him, but it's not necessarily him as much as it is some things from her. And I just wonder if like a lot of people, whenever he was elected, it just kind of shook them so much that they haven't felt that way in a long time, and it brought up old issues that they haven't dealt with, as well as just the bad headline after bad headline after bad headline, people dying at the border, and it's just people being attacked for their religion, all these gun freaking crimes everywhere. Jews getting shot, Christians getting shot, Muslims getting shot. It's just like, good Lord, man, schools getting shot. That can't help the psyche of anybody either.
Absolutely. I think that's I mean to be 100% honest, I mean, if you listen to some of the new Joe Gorgeous stuff, like, I feel angry again.
Yeah.
And that's why I stopped playing in big fiction for the most part and started doing more party. I wasn't so mad at the world. I kind of found my outlet and got to a healthy place and wanted to make some music that wasn't so mad. And now I feel that way again. And they're angry too. So being able to, I mean, the 2 new Joe Gorgeous songs that have come out have just gotten heavier and heavier.
Really interesting.
And I think a lot of it has to do with the energy that we're using to write. And the exact same thing with War Party. Whenever the Group Therapy comp comes out, you'll know what I'm talking about. But this, the newest track, I mean, it's called Negative Consumer, and a lot of it has to do with what we're talking about.
Yeah.
I think that we're all reaching a point where complacency isn't as big a part as much as being angry and wanting to do something now. And I gotta definitely shout out to my wife. She's a very large activist, and she's a normal size activist, but she's very passionate. But she's definitely put a lot of that in me, and with as much of the white nationalist and racially motivated things that have been going on lately, as a person of color, it's hard for me to see that and not let it reflect somehow in the thing that I use as my outlet.
Mm-hmm.
So it's hard to go to a Sir Duda practice and not beat the shit out of the drums,
Yeah.
Gotta cool it a bit on that.
Maybe I can, I'll eat a Snickers and I'm not myself when I'm hungry.
So you're not hangry.
But yeah, getting on the bass, that's my instrument for pouring the things out that frustrate me, or the things that I'm thinking about that are not positive. And those strings are so big and so responsive to that anger. It's an outlet in so many ways, physically, mentally, emotionally, and all that. So I definitely think the next couple things that are going to be coming out are going to be a reflection of what's going on right now in the world. And I think we're seeing that in a lot of people, just in different ways.
Sure, yeah. That's the thing with earlier. I think at the basis we all need to be cool with each other, and I think the best way to be cool with each other is if we all have empathy.
Right.
But some people, that's almost a curse to have empathy, and they're I mean, it just is. It's just, it kills you. You're like, everything you see on the news, every story you hear, or something bad happens to your friend or whatever, you're just like, it affects you more than it maybe should, or maybe it's the right amount, but whatever. It's just But whenever it just keeps on, it's like at some point you need a break, and you're like, fuck, I got to stop feeling all of this stuff. So I can imagine, because I have times, I'm a sensitive type, but I've learned to control it over the years and kind of push some stuff, not be so,
You're still the sweetest.
But I'm not, it's not as much of a curse as it used to be, because it can be. It really can be.
You really are a sweetheart, though.
Well, I appreciate it.
Peter's nodding his head like you are that person.
Oh, Peter. Yeah. Peter's
I'm a sensitive type.
Peter's a punching bag sometimes. Poor guy.
That's what it is with a lot of sensitive types. 'Cause you just don't want to hurt anybody else, man. Because you know what it's like to be hurt. Because you're so sensitive that you get hurt all the time. That you're like, I don't want to do that to somebody else. Because I know what it feels like to do that to somebody else. And
Yeah, I hate that people mistake that for weakness too. Because really, it's the strongest thing. Being able to be that empathetic and still be on this
yeah, because it'd be a lot easier to just beat your ass, right?
Right, exactly.
Probably feel better.
Right.
Yeah,
So,
probably.
Yeah, so the last track that we're going to play is new. It's not off of the Pure Destroyer album. It's just a single all on its own. I keep forgetting the name, but I wrote it down. Much Polite. It's happening.
It's named after a piece by the same name, which is the album or the demo cover. It's a piece by Jeremy Joel that will be on display at Past the Peas, I believe.
So what is Past the Peas again?
The 11th. So it's coming up.
And where's it going to be at?
Shipping and receiving.
Yeah, shipping and receiving.
It's a big art show.
Yeah. They've been
Art
talking about it on
music.
NPR and all that crazy stuff.
Really?
So I guess we should practice.
Yeah, I think you should.
Well, that's awesome. And this is one of there's a couple of songs that, because like I don't think Jesse was on the actual album.
No,
the full
this,
album. Right?
this is one of two songs that Jesse's actually on.
Yeah, that he was helped with.
Yeah.
That's cool. No, we like Jesse. We're big fans of his, and I was happy to see that he did the Wobbly Rail.
Yeah.
With Cameron, I didn't get to go to, but I was cool. Jesse's actually back out and kind of,
Yeah, doing his solo stuff again.
Yeah, that's exciting. He's cool. He makes some good music too.
He does.
I have no idea what we're doing next week because you're gonna be out of town.
Am I?
I think.
Fuck.
Next.
Or you have a show. Maybe you have a
Next week's
show.
Mother's
That
Day.
sounds accurate.
I think
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
you have a show at
We have a
Mass
show
or
at
something.
Magnolia Motor Lounge.
Magnolia Motor Lounge, yeah. So he's not gonna be here, and you're not gonna be here.
Right. You're gonna be rolling solo unless that can
Yeah.
come on.
I know what I'd like to do. I just haven't reached out to the person to see if it's something I can do yet.
Okay.
But so
You got something in mind?
yeah.
Dude, we just got that Kaboo Festival notification like last week or earlier this week.
It'll be interesting. It'll be. There's lots. I mean, a shit ton of artists, bands, comedians. You'll have fun, but it's also going to be such an ass whipping. I mean,
I'm
such a
serious.
beating.
I'm
Oh.
already tired just thinking about it.
And I'm sure that. Are you going to drive?
Oh heck no.
Yeah. So that means you're going to have to come and go whenever Dustin decides to come and go. So if you decide you want to leave, like I'm done. Nope. You still got
So-
work to
That
do.
boy can listen
So-
to music for a long
Right.
time.
So Saturday he has to go late, so I'm gonna go hopefully to Kevin's house and have him drive me. He'll be my Uber driver. And when I'm done, I'll just be like, Kevin, come get me.
Kevin Geist.
Yeah. He's my only friend in Arlington, or so he likes to say.
Well, that should be fun. Well, you can give
Yeah.
us reports. So you can do some Funky Town podcast reports. I should just send you to Kaboo
That
with
would be
with.
hilarious. Oh, Dustin would not be happy.
Yeah, no, I'll just send you with recorder and while he's doing the Jerry Jones Massacre thing. He's like, yeah, I'm here on the Funky Town podcast. I'm doing Funky Town podcast. And just the whole time,
Perfect.
this is Susie with Funky Town podcast. We're at Kaboo. And he's just like, what the fuck? I got
I'm
you
here
in
with
here.
Alanis Morissette. What's up, girl?
Is she playing?
Yeah, she's playing.
That's cool.
Awesome.
That's kind of cool.
Throwing a peace sign.
Yeah, I always kind of liked her, man. I didn't
Yeah,
like
you
her
know.
until I saw her on Curb Your Enthusiasm, and then she was God in the end of Dogma.
Yeah.
After both of those things, I was like, I like her now, and she's super cute. She's way cuter than I remember her being. You know,
She's always been super cute.
I know, but I just
When
remember.
she's on You Can't Do That on Television, super cute.
Was she on that show?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
With the green slime.
Uh-huh.
She's even
Super
cute
young,
when she
too.
incorrectly
Yeah, she's like
uses the
12 or
word
something.
ironic.
All right. I think so. I don't guess we have any other Friday on the Green this week.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I could do.
Yeah.
Are you gonna be here Friday? You're not doing Kaboo Friday night.
Oh, I'll probably.
Is it Friday and Saturday and Sunday?
It's Friday and Saturday.
And you're going to all
and Sunday.
three?
I think so.
I mean, that's some bullshit.
I may be talking out of my butt, but I think so.
No, we don't need to do it. We did our podcast at Friday on the Green, at the last Friday on the Green. And
Oh,
we got to
nice.
meet Tony Green. Have you met
Yes,
Tony Green?
he did a short
Tony on the
thing.
Green?
Yeah, it
Yeah.
was Tony on the Green.
He did a short thing on War Party at Fortress.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a fun dude.
He really is. He's a beautiful singer.
Yeah.
I got a video to show you after
Oh,
this.
okay, right on. So, well, let's check out Much Polite. It's happening, and we'll see y'all somehow next week. We're doing something.
Mm-hmm.
All right, bye.
Bye.
Jesse, hello. Good morning. Hey, you should come to work. Cool. See you later. Bye.
spin out and overdrives, nothing less. Like I take a guess.